Nautical nonsense is just the beginning for these bad guys. Welcome to WatchMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 SpongeBob SquarePants villains of all time.
You wouldn't want to have to talk to human resources.
Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we're looking at the most evil creatures to ever torment SpongeBob and his friends. We're basing our choices on a mix of menacing behavior and the wicked deeds the characters commit to earn their fearsome reputations. We're excluding characters like Mr. Krabs who are selfish but not truly villainous. A spoiler alert is now in order.
Get your feet out of my eye sockets!
Number 10. Flats the Flounder.
Hi, I'm SpongeBob.
Hi, SpongeBob. I'm gonna kick your butt.
Despite SpongeBob's constantly friendly attitude, Flats the Flounder wants nothing more than to kick his butt. The more SpongeBob tries joking with Flats or play off his threats, the more motivated the big fish seems to want to hurt him.
You did mean it.
Flats' reign of terror is particularly disturbing, since we're never given a solid reason as to why he wants to hurt SpongeBob. He's just one mean-spirited fish. While he thankfully isn't able to hurt our favorite sponge, the psychological trauma this flounder inflicts is a haunting depiction of the effects of bullying. With enough homicidal urges in him to chase down SpongeBob with a truck, Flats is however one of the series' most grounded evildoers.
Gary, I'm absorbing his blows like I was made of some kind of spongy material.
Number 9. Cyclops.
And what's worse, there's a giant Cyclops who guards the outskirts of the city and preys on innocent sea creatures.
We've met some large creatures under the sea, but the Cyclops that Patrick and SpongeBob encounter on their feature-length quest is a real giant, relatively speaking at least. As a human hard hat diver who captures sea creatures for work, this behemoth stomps on the villainous Dennis like he's nothing. Though viewers could consider this animal collecting as morally neutral, his evil cackling is a clear indication that he enjoys seeing others suffer. The Cyclops is also considerably crueler than many bad guys in the cartoon, since he attempts to dry the animals to death for his trinkets. Whether it's his dominating size or his sadistic torture methods, this human character is easily one of the most powerful villains SpongeBob has ever encountered. Number 8. Dirty Bubble.
It's the Dirty Bubble in all his dirty roundness!
With his strange abilities and history of fighting heroes like Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy, the Dirty Bubble is one of Bikini Bottom's few self-proclaimed supervillains. His awesome surface tension allows him to trap people inside his body and leave them incapacitated. Though he seems equally content to simply annoy people as to actually commit crimes, the transparent bubble poses a serious threat when he supports villains like Man Ray. Luckily, sharp objects can instantly defeat the Dirty Bubble. Given his handfuls of appearances on SpongeBob, however, this criminal nonetheless gets plenty of opportunity to wreak havoc. Number 7. Flying Dutchman. Though he's a decidedly comedic adaptation of an otherwise spooky legend, the Flying Dutchman still packs in a lot of scares. His ghostly presence alone would be terrifying enough, but this spirit can make portals and breathe fire. The chilling imagery of his shape-shifting ability can haunt his victims and audiences alike. The Flying Dutchman's wish powers warp reality itself, and he can also morph other people's bodies. While he's often driven by simple boredom, this ghastly pirate still gets the last laugh in several episodes. And since he has super strength and bombs at his disposal, a straight-up fight with the Flying Dutchman is completely out of the question. Number 6. Dennis.
They were fake?
Of course they were fake!
When Plankton hires help to get rid of SpongeBob, Dennis shows that he's not only capable, but also happy to oblige. This rough biker-like fish has a strength and size that give him a noticeable advantage against other thugs, and he has a knack for ripping off parts of people's faces. Though he's definitely intimidating, he's also a lot of fun to watch thanks to his merciless attitude and a matching sinister laugh.
This is what a real mustache looks like.
Dennis is evil enough to stab David Hasselhoff without a second thought.
Take it easy back there, fellas.
And really, he almost beats our heroic Sponge. He only failed at stepping on SpongeBob and Patrick due to dumb luck. Capable of surviving a stomp from the Cyclops and reform like a Terminator, Dennis is hard to forget.
Wow! Dennis!
Did you miss me?
Number 5. Hash-slinging slasher.
You mean you've never heard the story of the hash-slinging slasher?
To pass the time during a boring shift, Squidward freaks out SpongeBob with the story of a murderous undead fry cook.
He gets ya!
Dubbed the hash-slinging slasher, this killer's weapon of choice is a rusty spatula, where his hand used to be. If that doesn't scare you, he also arrives with eerie lighting, a ringing phone without a collar, and the ghost of the bus that ran him over. Though the slasher is completely made up, it's absolutely horrifying when what seems to be his spitting image appears outside the Krusty Krab. His glowing red eyes and some creepy spatula tapping add to the terror. While the lookalike turns out to be just a friendly cook, the legend of the hash-slinging slasher elicits enough dread to feel real, and earns it a spot on our list.
I called earlier, but I hung up because I was nervous.
Number 4. The Tattle-Tale Strangler.
Perfect.
Yes, excellent!
A vengeance-seeking serial killer who chokes people to death is a violent image for a children's show. It's this bloodthirsty reputation and an established history of murder that sets the Tattle-Tale Strangler apart from other criminals in Bikini Bottom. After SpongeBob gets him arrested, the Strangler attempts to lure our hero to his doom without being seen. His poster is enough to send tough guys running in fear, especially given how much pleasure he appears to take in strangling. It's only his own fright at SpongeBob's insane behavior that prevents him from another kill. But as some wanted posters point out in later episodes, the Tattle-Tale Strangler continues hurting people long after he meets SpongeBob, making him an enduring threat.
Step on it! I'm being chased by a maniac!
I'm not safe! Come back!
Number 3. Man Ray.
You fools, prepare to be eradicated!
Rather than simply facing jail time, Man Ray has to be frozen in tartar sauce to properly contain his fury. With his powerful attacks and a wide array of weapons, this villain poses a huge threat to both SpongeBob and Mermaid Man. There's actually a timeline where Man Ray takes over Bikini Bottom and enslaves heroes. He's so dedicated to nefarious work that he lists himself in the phone book to get extra gigs. Though he can be defeated, Man Ray is more likely to stop committing crimes out of a lack of motivation than anything else. With his penchant for evil deeds, you're better off bargaining with Man Ray than fighting him.
I want you to say hello to my new partner and your new overlord, Man Ray.
Number 2. DoodleBob. Me hoy me noy. After a real but magic pencil lands in Bikini Bottom, SpongeBob draws a clone of himself as a prank. DoodleBob turns out to be wildly mean, however, with the strength to back it up. While he's essentially an evil SpongeBob, his ability to create anything with his pencil makes him a serious threat. DoodleBob's art-focused aesthetic also helps bring some humor to his more sinister actions. Any limb from this malevolent drawing can survive on its own, and his nearly unlimited powers in a sketch-based dimension nearly overcome SpongeBob. Between his goofy gibberish and aggressive personality, DoodleBob's sparing appearances continue to be fan favorites. Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
Only one thing. You forgot the pickers!
I just wanted to watch you blow it. So, where's your band?
What the? Dear Neptune!
Run for your life!
There she blows.
Number 1. The driving exam. Nah, okay, we're messing with you. While boating school is definitely a recurring problem for SpongeBob, it's not an actual villain. Our real number 1 is... Number 1. Sheldon J. Plankton.
Ah! You blasted barnacle head! Hi.
Despite a massive intellect and his thirst for power, Sheldon J. Plankton has struggled to make the Chum Bucket restaurant take off. Given his inventive nature, his repeated attempts to steal the Krabby Patty formula have involved everything from robots to forms of mind control. As Plankton upgraded his supercomputer wife Karen, she became his partner in crime, and occasionally his foil. He's successfully stolen the formula several times too, thanks to his endless ambition and an utter lack of morals. A diabolical love for evil and a cheeky personality have also endeared Plankton to fans.
Shut your mouth, you mediocre clarinet player.
And with plans large enough to fuel a movie and dozens of episodes, this tiny villain has more than made up for his small size over the years.
Don't let the flame die out!
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.